Call the meeting to order. Start with the invocation and pledge of allegiance led by Commissioner Coach.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this day and thank you for our beautiful county. Please guide our hearts and minds as we make our decisions today. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Let's start with the approval of the minutes. We have two sets, one from December 21st, the other from January 2nd.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Treasurer's report, and let's pay some bills.
Okay, good morning. Following payments were presented for the period. Accounts payable had a total of $1,170,167.74. Payroll for the period was $468,456.19. We had bills presented from the 911 account totaling $5,515.32, and one EFT from Liquid Fuels totaling $66.65.
Have a motion to pay these bills.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pay the bills, Madam Treasurer.
And the treasurer's report for the period starting 12/20/2023 and ending 1/2/2024 are as follows. General account has a starting balance of $2,394,097.68. Total debits to general account are $362,968.40, giving us an ending balance of $1,118,442.15. Finally, capital reserve account had an ending balance of $16,531,672.81.
Motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meetings and events. I know it's been a short time since our last meeting. I know we all attended the inauguration, obviously, and then the reorganization meeting of the board and reorganization of the salary board. Have anything to add, Commissioner Coach?
I just had one regional services meeting, but other than that, I'd like to welcome Natalie Bickert and Tressie Bender from MCTV here today. Thanks for filming for us.
Thank you. Commissioner Wise, I know you've been trying to acquaint yourself with the courthouse. Anything to add for meetings and events?
Not at this point.
By the way, it is customary for the new commissioner to climb the clock tower at the historic courthouse, so we'll get you there. Okay. Getting up is not a problem, but getting down is a little sketchy. I think you can handle it. Public comment. Seeing no public comment, we'll proceed to new business. First item is request for exoneration of 2023 county portion of per capita taxes with Baytown Borough and Menlo Township.
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Request for exoneration of 2023 county real estate tax bill and relieve the tax collector from collecting these bills. There are two parcels. Parcel number 14,15-0136 in Brown Township. The second is parcel 14,15-0136,001 in Brown Township. A motion to approve that exoneration.
I can speak to that briefly. That's the result of the tax appeal. You see my name, Dan Sears, below it. That's what's going on. It was a tax appeal. Judge Barron had a pre-trial conference and we decided we would split it up. It's just basically giving the regional fire company some credit for a portion of that building that is not used for
volunteer fire company.
Yeah, this is the building, the old building, okay, what we used to know down on Main Street. Some, the base, the bottom part they use for storage and other fire company purposes, and the top they lease. So the part that they lease is now taxable.
And this is the old portion in Reedsville.
In region.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a project modification request for the reentry strategic planning grant. Human Services Director Melissa Stewart. What is this all about?
Basically, we just had to make the modification request because the grant writer has reduced her hours since the grant was originally written, and we've had an increase in the usage of our consultant. Therefore, it's just an adjustment of what was already there in order to spend the grant down.
Didn't notice, when this grant expires March of 2024. Do you expect then a strategic plan to be presented to us?
It is in the works, yes.
Okay, so in the future, we'll have you on the agenda to present the strategic plan.
Correct.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to proceed with the modification request.
Make a motion. Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The purchase of service agreement with Sandra Hurto to provide cleaning services at the Magisterial District Judge 3 at the rate of $200 per month for the year 2023. Motion to approve. 2024, excuse me, 2024.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We have an inmate housing agreement with Union County for the period December 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2025. Warden.
So this is with Union County. We really don't expect to hold a lot of inmates from Union County. It would only be if there's a need for them to look for some other housing. They're a small facility, and if our population is low enough, we may take them, but we really, it's just something to have just in case. It's really nothing we're looking at using on a regular basis, but it's good to have. We're not looking to do a reverse contract with them for them to hold for us, as they're a smaller jail and they're not pre-compliant, and for us, if we would have a need to send somebody to another jail, it has to be a pre-compliant facility. So it would only be for us holding those inmates. And again, it's nothing we're gonna use on any kind of regular basis, it's just one-offs if our population, and it does dip down sometimes.
I see it's already been executed by the township commissioners.
Yeah, we typically use center if we need to send our somewhere.
Center, we have contracts for them to hold us, and last year we did have a couple inmates that due to cases, that we weren't able to hold them here. So, but we have that in work.
Are we responsible for transportation?
No, back and forth for court, no, they're union, they would, the only thing we would do is if there's a medical need, like for the counties that we do hold for, we do the transports, but we are reimbursed. We fill out paperwork, mileage, hours, everything like that. I think that's should be in the contract as far as they do reimburse us for that, but back and forth for court, their sheriffs take care of all that.
Any other questions or discussions to the warden? If not, entertain a motion to execute the agreement with Union County.
I make a motion. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Stay there, Mr. Warden. There's a memorandum of understanding with PA Care.
Okay, so the jail last year started doing medically assisted treatment for substance use disorders. This is not for new MATs or new treatment. This is for individuals that come into the facility that are already on a MAP program at another facility, specifically for methadone. We were worked with, State College Medical that these individuals will be seen and treated there on guest dosing. What this does is, like, the last individual that we had in was actually from Maryland. Without this, we would have actually had to take that individual to Maryland to receive her methadone. So this is just for those individuals that come in on a MAT program that meets our prerequisites. We are keeping them on it, but this is where they would go, which is a lot easier for us to transport them there, as they do have to go, depending on criteria, how often they go, but sometimes we do have to go there, and we also have to go there to get the methadone. So this just makes it, it's very, for us, it makes it the easiest, without not having to run. Again, we've had individuals that come in that run a methadone program in Harrisburg. The last one was in Maryland. And again, these aren't new individuals. These are people that are already on it. They are just doing a guest dosing while they are with us.
So we are required now to continue the MAP program. So they are getting, whoever is
Yes.
needed is getting
Yes.
shots now.
Yeah.
This would lessen the cost, improve the efficiency, and obviously State College is closer than ours.
Absolutely. And in the future, if there is something closer, we will look at it.
This is something that's required by the state. We didn't just jump out on this.
And they
As
do.
far as awarding it, they're probably not real thrilled with this idea, but it's required.
And they did add the one part, yesterday they did add that, thing in speed.
Yeah, so if they do something wrong and somebody gets sick or hurt, they reimburse us if we hurt us on something that's wrong.
And it does have a termination date within 60 days, which is okay. Can you tell me, what does it says annual H&Ps for?
Health physical, it's just your H&B, basic exam to get the drug. They probably look at you every year.
Did you say state requirement that there's funding like that?
I don't know, did they give you some funding?
So funding for this is we will be directly billed, and then through the opioid settlement, we will look at being reimbursed. The county will be looked at being reimbursed for these costs.
Have we gotten any yet?
Yes. So they haven't billed us, because they need the contract before they bill us. But once we get that, we'll pay it, and then we look at being reimbursed through the opioid settlement for all the METs, including this.
I mean, there are other parts of this program, it's just not method, it's not a method program.
Right. So whatever-
You're giving Vivitrol before guys that go out there with alcohol issues. And there's some real important parts of this program, I think, or good programs that are sold to the state, particularly that one. So if somebody, alcoholic, and now they're sober, and they're going out, hopefully into treatment, you gotta give them Vivitrol to start with. You give them a leg out before they get outside, and they're more likely to be successful, so.
This is just like
This is a part.
Mr. Slick said, this is just one part of the whole entire MAP program.
Do you keep methadone in the jail, or do you take them every week or every day?
They provide us with like a week's.
Okay, they're giving you a take home for a week, okay.
Yeah,
You keep the-
there's procedures, and that's kind of part of what this is about, and it says in here that we have to return unused. So if the individual would
Transfer.
leave, they don't take it with them. Whatever we haven't used, we transport back to them. That's, and it has, it's a lockbox, there's,
Yeah.
custody and stuff like that we have to sign for. Like on occasion, the inmate or individual does have to go there on somewhat of a regular basis to be evaluated, and that's kind of also what they're gonna do for us. They don't have to go every day, but it varies as far as.
You say they're the jail, who administers
There's that.
Our medical department. We do a special, MAT line for those things. That's not on the regular medication line, but all the other medicines.
Okay.
Still a channel. Every time you have buprenorphine or methadone in prison, it is a channel.
That's, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
very.
Okay, any other questions, discussion to the board, for the board? If not, we'll entertain a motion to execute the agreement.
I make a motion.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have the reappointment of Christina Calkins-Mazer to the Mifflin County Industrial Development Authority Board for a 4-year term. Motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have the award of the 2024 Legacy Grant applications. Planning Director Jim Tier, what do we got?
Good morning. This 2024 Marcel Shale Legacy Funding notification was provided to all municipalities in September of last year. The total available funding authorized by the commissioners at the time was $70,000, with a minimum requirement of $5,000 request and a maximum requirement of $20,000. We received 3 applications. They were due on November 30th. One was from Brown Township for the Reedsville Playground Youth Baseball Field for the purchase of 2 sets of 4 rows of 21-foot bleachers for spectators to sit during league play. Their field became regulation compliant in the last year or so. The grant request is $7,936 with a match from the township, in the amount of $1,984, totaling $9,920 for the project. The second application submitted by Brown Township for improvements to the Longfellow Playground for fencing along the first base line, fencing around the basketball court, the expansion of surface parking by creating a 43 by 60 gravel parking lot with 2 RC stone and 50-person capacity bleacher. The grant request is $15,374 with in-kind funds being donated through labor from the township personnel.
Jim, you might have said Brown.
Yeah, it's a Bratton.
Bratton, right?
Yeah.
Third request was from Bratton Township on behalf of Oliver and McVeigh Borough for the replacement of safety fencing at the Juniata River boat launch, McVeigh boat launch project. No overnight parking signs and painting of parking stall outlines. The grant request is $1,241 with in-kind labor provided by the municipalities. I did clarify that sign that Lonnie Griffith had is not a duplicative sign, it's a different separate sign, so everything is okay with that. Mifflin County Planning Commission reviewed these applications based on criteria in the application, and they recommended approval of all 3 projects based on the requests and amounts, and they waived the $5,000 minimum grant request for Bratton Township. So subsequent to your approval, if you approve these today, they will have 1 year to enter into an agreement with the county commissioners and 1 year to complete the project. It's a reimbursable grant. In other words, they have to provide the funds up front, get the project done, and submit the paperwork to us. We'll go out and do a site visit, make sure everything's done, have all the bills paid, show evidence of payment, and then we'll reimburse them. If you'd like, I'd like approval to just enter into the agreement when they're ready instead of having to come back. If that's okay with you, I'd like authorization to do that instead of having to come back. We'll just get your signatures at the time when they're ready to proceed.
And we'll take it as a group.
Okay.
Or do you prefer separately?
Whatever you prefer.
I prefer as a group.
It's fine.
Any other questions for Jim? You know what we're doing? Okay, heard the recommendation, is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jim, for what you've done.
You're welcome.
With these. Stay up there and tell us us about the upcoming comprehensive plan advertisement.
Yeah, this is just an announcement, informational purposes for the commissioners and the public that we are going to be disseminating a request for proposals for the 10-year update to the county's comprehensive plan. Based on the municipality's planning code, this is a requirement to update the plan every 10 years. The last one was entitled The Visions for the 21st Century, the Mifflin County Comprehensive Plan of 2014. I'm in the process of formulating a planning advisory committee consisting of a representative from each municipality, as well as other stakeholders in the community, Mifflin County Industrial Development Corporation, a representative from the Chamber of Commerce, the school district, the hospital, our mapping director, public safety director, or his or her designated representative, the conservation district, and the Mifflin County Municipal Authority. I think that's a good cross-section with stakeholders in the community. They'd be involved in maybe 6 to 8 workshops with the consultant to provide input and their expertise into the matters impacting the county. I, along with a subcommittee of the Planning Commission, will discuss and rank the submissions based on the criteria in the RFP and provide that recommendation to the county commissioners for consideration. Anticipating a cost around $150,000 for this time period of 18 to maybe 24 months. We're going to pursue other funding through the DCD Municipal Assistance Program, where we would be eligible for up to 50% of the cost for the consultant, and also we could utilize some of our CDBG money, and I'm anticipating taking around $15,000 from the county entitlement communities to help offset the costs. With that said, I'll answer any questions you may have, and that's all I have.
Jim, I see that your proposals are due March 11th, so what do you think, a 30-day review after that? Or?
Yeah, that's more than adequate.
Okay, so it'll come back to us for execution of the contract sometime in late April, early spring.
Yeah, that sounds
Right?
reasonable.
There's no action that's needed. Thank you for that announcement. Any other questions for Jim before you leave the podium? Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
We have appointments to LEPC board for 2-year terms. I'm not going to read all these names, but I will submit the list for the minutes. A motion to appoint what looks like 15, whatever, okay, to the LEPC, and I'll submit the list to the, for the inclusion in the minutes.
Yeah, I don't know about the third guy on there, but
Yeah, I have a question on that. How did my name get on that?
Been recruited.
Yeah, I see that.
Do I request it?
Can I make a motion seeing that I'm on it?
Yeah.
Don't. Okay.
That's good.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The appointment's carried. Under personnel, we have a resignation of Kyle Border from the 911 GIS and data manager effective January 26th. With the hiring of part-time corrections officer Sophie Shoup and Carol Stoney effective January 2nd, 2024. Is there a motion to approve these personnel items?
Make a motion.
second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Our agenda is complete. Meeting adjourned.